place we usually find out all our leaked out information. Generally, that's how you know dark web. And to be frank, all the leaked out information, I believe, usually ends up in dark web mostly. And I would like to take you to a proper understanding, like to make you properly understand what is dark web. and how it affects us to our organizations, our professions, and mostly being in ISACA, our GRC areas, how does it affect, and how can use dark web. In generally we know the surface web, the everyday websites we are using, Google, Facebook, all the surface web. Then again there's a deep web. All the websites are in organizations, whatever the websites requires authentication and authorization to log in, with logins and all, not open for public. Then the third layer, dark web, not open directly to general population, general internet, but limited and kind of secured with a different network range in general. So dark web, what it is? Most of you guys might have tested it with Tor browser or Tor proxy mostly. Maybe browse through certain dark web indexes, some tools, maybe some marketplaces, and it's not much different to the normal web environment, like websites and everyday websites we are using. But the only difference is it is not censored, it's not controlled, and most of the websites, like almost everything, 99%, can't be tracked. That's because of the architecture it's built in. If we speak about, we'll start from the history also, how the dark web evolved and how this project and this anonymous network, anonymated network came into place. Yeah. First, history of dark web. Early anonymous technology, anonymizing technologies, to be frank. It started mostly in 1990s. This onion routing. If you have heard about onion network, onion routing, it actually started as a US Navy project, Tor network. It started from US Navy actually. It's kind of a decentralized network, which was made to enable users to browse internet anonymously by routing their traffic through multiple servers. Then late 1990s, there was a project called Freenet, IIP or I2P, which is invisible internet project, which emerged offering alternative anonymizing network apart from Tor. These platforms mostly allow users to share information and communicate anonymously. Like we know, all our ISP networks and everything, whatever we browse, and it's not anonymous. At least our ISP has a log of it. But there are certain cases, maybe for journalists, maybe privacy-related concerns, which makes us want to use anonymous network, right? We don't need in personal life, we don't need everyone to know, or at least a certain group of people to know what we are browsing and what we are sharing or what we are communicating. In that case, these networks were built, and early age dark web marketplaces. There was a marketplace called Silk Road, which launched in around 2011. Then again, it allowed users to pay with bitcoins at the beginning, and but there was a issue where it allowed users to sell and these drugs, weapons, and other illegal products. So at the end, it faced an eventual shutdown with the dark web post or the creators' arrest in 2013. Then there were so many other websites for drug trafficking, cybercrime. Everyone knows dark web when it comes to illegal stuff. With the dark web, the message was given like, this is dark, this is illegal, and everything. Yes, mostly, but the purpose of it is not to let illegal activities happen, but to preserve privacy and allow to have an anonymized network, because from in our countries maybe it's not highly censored and monitored, but because most of these web applications or websites are started working from US and European countries, most of the web activities and everything are being monitored, and there are privacy related issues and these other monitoring companies, other military based monitoring. There are so many sensory controls there. So however, there were so many developments throughout the time, and yeah, then again we will just go through how it is mainly affecting us, dark web. So whenever a data leakage happens, we are every year we are facing about at least one data breach every month. I think in the beginning of 2024 also there was a data leakage in Twitter, and if you are aware about it, most of the user logins, credentials and everything were leaked out. If you are using these services like Have I Been Pwned, which is available free, you might have tracked those if you are regularly checking this. Just check your email. Your email might be on one of those data leakages. So we get to know all the data leakages through dark web. How does that happen? So data leakages. Most of the data leakages that affects us are coming from highly controlled, high public web applications, social media, maybe some online tools. You name anything, there is a data leak, from LinkedIn to Facebook to Twitter to so many tools. At least there was one data leakage. We are speaking about two-factor authentications, password strengths and all, password strengths, salting, hashing, everything. That's theoretically perfect. But how does data leakage affects us? If you have ever received an email, I don't know whether this is practical to you. Sometimes you might have got an email, say mentioning that okay, I have hacked into your PC and I was monitoring you, and I have a video record of you doing something, and to verify that I actually hacked into your PC, this is your password, and that might be your actual password. Maybe people have faced it, and whoever sent that email, the email might be coming from another hacked email and asking you to pay an amount, maybe $500 in Bitcoin, that is. Why Bitcoin again? Because Bitcoin, you can't trace the transaction, right? But is is this email an actual email? Actually, have you been hacked? Not really. This is a result of a major or data leakage at a certain level. What actually happens is when a data breach happens, the hacker or whoever the team or whoever responsible for it might be selling it on dark web. So for like a few $100, you can get complete data dump of it, including user IDs, emails, password, name, maybe other personal information. So if someone bought it or get it from the dark web, what they are doing is they are taking the password, because most of our users, professionals, like home users or whoever, mostly using the same password for all the sites, which is not a great way to manage passwords, which is like our basic rule. We are asking normally your security team or IT team is asking you not to place the same password for all your logins, right? So this is one reason, because when it got leaked from one site or one database, then one way is you are getting this kind of email, and unfortunately for most of the people, this whoever sends an email is creating the email with a certain model which applies to most of the people, using some sensitive websites, maybe pornography, maybe some products, something sensitive. So they are attacking the sensitive point and they are confirming it with your password. So easy way to exploit people. You are not sure about whether this is actually hacked. You have a confirmation with your own password. And I think if there's a like data leakage for one, we'll say 10 million data user accounts. So when someone sends out an email, mass email with the password, at least 10, not 10 actually, at least 100 people might be sending out this ransom to make sure that their account is safe, or their account or any information is not getting leaked out. And as an added point, in those kind of emails, they are pointing out saying, if you are not paying this amount, I'll be sharing these videos or whatever the sensitive information on your social media. So no one likes to let that happen, right? Unless you are perfectly sure that nothing could affect your character or your social life or anything, so that's a different story. But in general case, a normal user who might have a valuable social life, they might be paying it out. So that's one case how it's getting affected. How it happens is basically whoever gets access to these leaked out databases, they are sending out emails, mass emails, and if 100 users responds to that by sending out Bitcoin transactions, that's enough for to recover those $200 to $400, like which the user buys this dark web database and more. We don't know what kind of revenue it is. Usually it's in huge amounts. That's one way you are getting affected, and that's the most popular way that you are getting affected. Other way, of course, if you don't have two-factor authentications and all, in easy way you will get other accounts will get affected. Whoever has access to might be running an automated server to log into all your social accounts if the two-factor authentication is not there. But updated like secure social networks and all other open websites, they are monitoring these IP addresses, certain attack points and all. They are trying to mitigate the risk. That's a different story, but you are not safe 100%. Okay. Yeah, we will speak about we spoke about data breaches, how it happens. Yeah. Usually all these stolen databases, they are being sold in the dark web, which means all those personal informations, privacy is, as it is not regulated or controlled, there's nothing legal on that. You can't control it, anything can be shared. When it comes to privacy and all, in normal websites we have certain controls like sensitive content, maybe illegal content, maybe socially affecting topics, political content, maybe violent content. But in dark web, nothing applies. There could be unspeakable content, child exploitations, violence, weapons, drug trades, organ trades, you name it, anything illegal, you can find there. The reason is it's not regulated at all, because it is built to be anonymized network, which serves its purpose perfectly. Yeah. But there's a positive side also, because when it comes to journalism, freedom of speech, most of the countries, journalists doesn't have a complete freedom of speech. You can't share all the data you find. You can't have like investigative journalists, because most of the information and whatever you have published or whatever you share are being censored. You can't literally share anything. You can't literally speak freely. But in dark web, there are forums. This is the good side of it. There are forums, and when it comes to journalism and whistleblowing, if there are any political issues going on, if someone wants to do a proper whistleblowing, dark web is the place. There are forums where you can share all this information for journalists and whistleblowers without while having zero risk of tracking. You can share anything. And there are some research and information gathering forums also. That's mostly on security and underground communities, monitor cyber threats, gather intelligence on illegal activities. There are research sites also for someone who is studying or researching on certain social or certain illegal activities, maybe psychological, depending on the content. Dark web, you can find anything and everything basically in that way. Then yeah. And another thing, cryptocurrency transactions. Dark web is one of the most popular places where cryptocurrency is being used. Both legal and illegal activities. You can do legal level trades and as same as illegal trades. Of course, dark web, it carries an inherent risk, because while being anonymized, you don't know basically who you are speaking to, or certain websites or certain unpopular or hidden websites. You don't know where your information ends up. So as a precaution, keeping your information, private information, safe is a must. as usual in the internet. Yeah. How does it affect to us, like professionals? Or how does it affect to Sri Lanka mostly? Okay, before that, I need to mention something. The AI, artificial intelligence, is a popular subject these days. We are using it for almost everything, from ChatGPT to Google Gemini, Bing AI, in your mobile phones, the Google Pixels and all, you are using AI. But if you have noticed, the everyday AI programs that we are using is highly regulated, right? You can't ask for anything. You can't ask how to kill a person, how to do a terrorist activity or anything damaging. So all those are controlled. But in dark web, the same thing is replicated in an uncontrolled manner. So there are dark web AI platforms where you can actually ask for anything. You can get the AI platform to write a complete virus or malware for you. You can get the AI to do certain identity theft, a complete identity theft. You don't know where your identity ends up. Maybe there are video clips going on in many aspects. Video clips or your identity, your profile pictures. Maybe using an AI application, someone else might be having a conversation with someone else while being you, meaning you, your identity. If you have gone through certain YouTube or some video clips about identity theft, there were some popular video clips where by using some pictures of children or a child, an AI was able to replicate while the child was growing. AI was able to create a model of that same child when that child was grown up. And if you might have seen this, it was a popular video. So in dark web, the same model, not in a nicer way, it could end up in so many ways: pornography, child exploitation. We always ask, or some countries just have some regulations not to post photos of children, to mask the faces. It normally happens in the general social media, the identity theft. A simple level identity theft happens in our general social media, yes. But in dark web, it happens in a level that you can't control. Your face might end up in a pornography easily. Your identity might be used to initiate a communication or do some illegal activity. Maybe end up in some financial transactions, or to verify or get your accounts hacked. Or it's endless. So one other example is, you can get an AI to write a small application for you. If you want to get a simple task done, you can ask the AI to write a small application, maybe a Python script, maybe some Java application, or you can get a complete website done easily. But in dark web, added to that, you can get a complete malware design or complete source code to be published. Just as a source code, you just have to download it and compile it, there you go, you have a complete malware. So early stages, malware was simple. We didn't have, it was just utilizing our bandwidth, maybe encrypting some data, propagating through networks and all. Then again, there was a polymorphic viruses which was able to change its architecture to evade detecting and all. Now we have another level. We have intelligent viruses, worse than polymorphic. Polymorphic is not completely intelligent, but now we have next level. So we have next level. We don't know how to face that even, to be realistic. That's why all these SIEM platforms, all these intelligent platforms are coming in. So we are facing an unknown threat where we don't know what's the scale is even. We are speaking about fundamental security, but there's a question whether it is enough. We are using these biometrics, face recognition and all. There will be a question, is that enough? So there's a lot to talk about, but I'll keep it simple. Okay, how does it affect Sri Lanka generally? Because we are, most of the audience also from Sri Lanka and all, our chapter. Dark web provides a platform for cyber criminals to conduct illegal activities. Hacking, data breaches, yes, that's general. Malware distributions, easily Sri Lankan organizations, bank can be targeted. We are trying to get compliant for our regulatory bodies. That's in fundamental level. So that won't be enough for the future. Not for the future, current situation. So these activities can easily target Sri Lankan organizations, government agencies or individuals easily. And another thing, even some organizations might not know that they are being breached even in certain cases, to be realistic. So still data, because in my personal experience, we did a small data analysis on certain information we found on dark web. Unfortunately, about some organizations, I'm not mentioning names, recent data breaches from certain high privileged accounts are also there. Unfortunately, some are from security teams themselves. So we are not actively securing ourselves, and government agencies and all, they have a problem, and these legal entities, drug trades, weapons. I forgot to mention, in dark web you can easily get a contract killer. You can easily plan a murder. That is one extreme. Of course, I'm just telling the extreme where then you can easily understand what is the range. You can easily get a contract killer to get something done. And there are professionals who can do it better than local criminals, undetected, maybe in an advanced manner. So there is one extreme of it. And of course, drugs, popular subject or popular title when it comes to politics and all. It be easily trafficked through dark web. We don't know where the traders are from, who's buying it, but it might be happening. Then online exploitation. Vulnerable individuals in Sri Lanka, including children and marginalized groups, may be targeted. We don't need to speak about dark web. We know how certain social collapses or economical collapses are resulting in certain things that we don't like in socially, and when it comes to certain social effects. But in dark web, it might be happening in unimaginable level. We don't know that because law enforcement are not actively involved in that. So we are just looking at the surface. But even though dark web or this anonymized network originated in US, these certain US agencies are actively involved in tracking these cyber criminals. There are some information that all these there's a huge number of these anonymized nodes are being actively deployed by certain US based agencies to track dark web activity, and it's actively happening because even though it is anonymized, the end node, basically what happens is you are going through so many network nodes where you think, oh, it's almost anonymized, but depending on the end node that you're exiting the network from, it might not be anonymized, although still you have access to these onion websites or these dark web websites. Even though the US agencies are not actively attacking those, they are monitoring at least to as an intelligence activity. So that is there. Ethical concerns. The presence of dark web raises ethical questions about privacy, freedom of speech, and the balance between security and civil liberties. Policymakers and stakeholders in Sri Lanka should navigate these complexities because there are certain conversations over certain things going on about privacy and control throughout these years. So there's a concern about that also. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And what we can do, how can we use dark web? It's a tool, it's an area. In general view, it's like a junkyard, yes, maybe, because all the leaked out information, it's like Colombo Fort. You can find anything and maybe everything. Everything leaked out, everything got breached out. Any trade, any transaction can go through dark web. Depends on how we are using it. Before going to how we can use it, I think most of you are aware how you can use dark web. I mean, at least to try out. There are pre-configured tools like Tor browser and all. using a normal browser to connect to the dark web is not safe at all. You need a browser with this JavaScript blocked and tracking blocked and all. Tor browser comes with all these pre-configured stuff, so it's mostly secure. But then again, even though the browser and all the technical controls are secure, how we are using that might damage yourself, because even though everything is tracking, the anonymizing and everything is in effect, if you go there and share your personal information or any information that can be tracked back to you, then it's not a fault of any tools or anonymization, it's the way you are using it. So Tor browser is one way to access dark web, but again a warning, use it safely. Same principles apply. Yeah, I'll try to finish this with some ways we can use dark web. For research purposes, we can use AI's unrestricted, uncensored AI platforms are there. You can use certain hosting services. There are, and again for security professionals, there are hackers to be hired. From starting from $2, you can hire a hacker. You can give simple phishing activity to hacking a complete network, depending. Cost, of course, it changes depending on the target, but there are hackers to be hired. So if you really want to test your network, you have a chance easily. Maybe affordable than hiring a physical, like actual known person, and you can get good results. Then okay, I'll start from the positive side. Journalism and whistleblowing. Yes, journalists, whistleblowers, that is a safe haven. There are platforms like SecureDrop. You can easily share documents like these journals, journalists can use. The point is, journalists can share those documents or information without revealing their identity at all. Again, there are nodes which is being monitored, but reasonably anonymous. Research and information gathering, yes, for security professionals, and also you can use the Tor network as a VPN, which is reasonably secure VPN than using these paid services and free services. Then cybersecurity training and researchers, you can find so many tools, resources, test grounds for reasonable prices. Maybe most of them are free. Resources are free because these are not controlled. And pirated stuff, pirated applications, pirated documents, everything is there. Basically, torrent, better than torrent network information, you can find things there. Cryptocurrency transactions, of course, the most popular and the most the currency of dark web. Yeah, that's all. So I think I gave you a proper understanding how the dark web is work. If there are any specific things or anything you like to know, I'm happy to answer or get them clarified. Yes.
So I have a quick question now. As we know, the attack surface management has become so important for large organizations, and they tend to go with external service providers who provide this as a service.
Yes.
right? So there are many tools out there that does this. And you have a part called takedown service, and some of them offer and some of them don't.
Yeah.
So how do you think this actually works? Just maybe
Takedown service.
now some of them. So what I feel is that probably they have the analyst or some of their guys working in the dark web to
Yeah.
position themselves. They might have sensors, right? Because we've seen in today's context sometimes it's easy for us to go and look out at the information that's available. Sometimes taking them down can be a challenge,
Yeah.
right? Because it's not like even for yourself to go and establish yourself in the dark web is a challenge.
Yeah.
Because you need to go, because thieves themselves you'll have to prove yourself who you are. I mean, so that becomes a challenge. So how do you think this takedown services work in the dark web?
Yeah, takedown services are mostly to place sensors, and if you have seen, Google is also doing that. Google is accessing certain information to it's provided as a free service. You can when you save your passwords in Google, it's getting analyzed with the dark web leakages, right? Basically, I believe normally when data leakage or anything happens, it's for sale, right? Most of this stuff. There are databases that they are being shared, because I also tested out one service. We got it as a demo. Basically, what they explained is they have active. Actually, I also had that question, and I asked them how do you get access to it, because we need to, when we buy a service, we need to find out whether this service is a dummy or actually does this work. Is this service is up to date? Can we rely on them? If some data got leaked or something happens, whether we can use them as a trigger point to understand that our data is out there to take necessary actions. What they also explained is they are actively working with these communities, dark web communities, and also they are buying out all the data dumps. That's the answer they gave. But to be honest, I can't confirm that information, because in reality I haven't placed myself there. So we are still in the surface. Yes, I know there are professionals, there are security professionals actively working in the dark web with maybe with certain groups also, which provides us information. I believe that's the way we get access to information, either by buying out those data. Because one case I can remember, a recent Capso rental car company. The database was out there for $200. So they are usually this is what happens, like when a database is getting breached or the data gets leaked, whoever managed to get access to it is selling it in the dark web in certain forums. They are showing some samples, because anyone can sell anything after buying it. We don't know whether it's true or not. It might be random data. What they does is they are giving a sample set of data that we can verify. Once we verify, we can get an idea, right, whether the information is correct or not. Then anyone can go ahead and buy that data. I expected that company to actually buy that data and verify, but I'm not sure what happened afterwards. So that's the case. I can't give you exactly confirmed answer, but I believe that's the way that the data is coming to those services. I believe there are some products also in the market in Sri Lanka also, where you can plug it into your SIEMs, maybe use it as an individual application where you can just post your domain, the top level domain at least, and search for any trigger points where whenever there's a leakage or the previous leakages. There's a free service if you have tried this Have I Been Pwned? have I been pwned, pawned.com. That is a free service. You can easily go and enter your personal email and find out where your email got leaked out or any credentials got leaked out. It might not be showing everything. Like you can't use it to find someone else's credentials. Basically, you can find out whether your credential got leaked or not. Even my emails, I got about 30 data breaches. So I have been using it for last 16 years. Within that period, every single popular website, from starting from MySpace to Twitter, few months back, my email is in every data breach. But that doesn't mean your account is hacked. It just means that your information, personal information, maybe password, maybe, or certain account IDs, other contact information might get leaked out. I gave you some examples how it could be used. All those emails, and that's one popular way, but that doesn't mean your account is actively getting hacked. That's one way to exploit. Like these scamming projects going on in US and all, it's one way to get it exploited. Yeah, I believe I answered your question. Yeah. Any questions? I'm not seeing the online.
The smart person was is it similar to using a VPN? I think.
Okay, how does the VPN work? I know you guys have used a VPN. I'm just giving a simple. What happens is when you make a VPN, I know you guys might have been using these free VPN applications, point-to-point VPNs, IPsec. When it comes to a corporate network, you might be connecting from your home or office laptops or devices to your office network. That's point-to-point VPN. Basically, you are building like a tunnel, secured encrypted tunnel from one device to another. These anonymous VPNs are not like that. So basically, you are connecting to someone else's network, some other node. If you have used these free services, sometimes they are letting you to select the exit node. You can get an IP from US, you can get IP from China, you can get IP from India, you can get an IP from Singapore even. So you can select and use that exit node to access internet. What happens is the service provider is maintaining servers or nodes all around the world, or maybe rented servers somehow. When you create a network tunnel or VPN tunnel, you are creating a secure network without like secure tunnel exiting from that node wherever you select, or a random tunnel, maybe depending on the speed, maybe depending on the security unit. But that is not dark web. It's like you are accessing multiple randomized network paths, and these dark web hosts are also hosting in that network layer. It's not exactly same to the VPN, not similar to VPN. Yes, of course, it is a kind of VPN in general, but it is not as using as a VPN. Even though when you are using a VPN, your service provider or the mobile carrier can't see your internet usage or whatever the applications or websites you are using. Of course, in general, we are using SSL encrypted websites, but then again, what are the websites you are using or the IP addresses are not secure unless you use secure DNS also. So VPN tunnel, when you are using a VPN tunnel, a paid version or free version, that VPN service provider can see all your traffic. So that's not secure. But when it comes to Tor network, your route is being randomly goes through, like not directly, it goes through and exit from a random network node, which is anonymous. You can even we can host a network node here in Sri Lanka. So whoever goes around might be exiting from our Sri Lankan node. So it is decentralized. All those VPN networks or VPN services are not decentralized. There's a controller or a service provider. Provider can access. Provider can see. Silakshikiriti. That's all. So I believe we can finish the session. If there are no questions, I hope I gave you a clarification or better idea about dark web. So if you want to know anything or anything, if I can help up, I think our forum is there. You can reach out. Then again, I'm not a high level expert of dark web. I'm just using it, and I believe I have a proper understanding, and I was able to share it with you. So thank you everyone.
The invitation to give a speech, insightful speech. And thank you all for attending the event today.